If I was starting my business over again, this is exactly what I'd do. After 30 plus years of being in business, you learn a lot. And I want you to write this word down: marketing stamina. Everybody knows marketing is important, but marketing stamina, that's where everything changes. I have been an entrepreneur all my life. I started cutting firewood in high school. I started flipping cars. I'd buy wrecked cars and fix them up and flip them. And I did the same with real estate. I got in my first couple real estate deals with no money down. I started getting momentum. I started leveraging that money. I bought some tow trucks and then started building houses and subdividing land. And like most all of you, I worked my tail off and I started doing pretty well. Well, when I say pretty well, way better than anyone in my family. I didn't come from money. I couldn't wait to retire my mom. I was starting to do that by the time I was 27. I did retire my mom. I was helping my dad. I was getting momentum. But there was a moment in my life that I realized that I was in the time and effort community. Now, real estate, what did I mean by that? Is if I fixed a car, if I flipped a house, if I subdivided land, I was doing okay. But my time was directly correlated to the outcome or the income I received. If I wasn't working, I wasn't making money. Then I loved real estate. I still invest in real estate. And I tell all of you, investing in real estate is smart. Just learn from somebody who really knows what they're doing, or model or mentor someone who's got the answers. Don't do it just on your own. You could lose money. So I still love real estate. But there was a time in my life that said, how can I make a little bit of money off of a lot of people? That's how it started in my 20s. But then it evolved to something a little deeper. It's like, how can I make a little bit of money off a lot of people and find something that really impacts others? Because if I impact others, that would bring more purpose in my own life, right? I've asked hundreds of thousands of people, if you had a choice to make a ton of money or have a ton of impact on others, what would you choose? Every event I've ever been to, 100% of the people raise their hand and say, I'd rather make impact than money. But both is pretty damn amazing. All of a sudden, I bought a course online from Tony Robbins, a late night infomercial. And that thing was it was so powerful for me because it did two things. Made me look through a different lens. He surely has, Tony Robbins he's my partner and dearest friend now. But back then he planted some seeds in me that, wow, no one had else done. But the second thing he did is made me realize I could sell information. I could sell what I've experienced to help others go faster. Heck, impact. Heck, there's a lot of people that want to go faster. A lot of people want to learn how I made money with real estate, learn how I made money with cars. And I created courses on both of those. And I entered this industry called the self-education industry, the knowledge industry. And I did it 27 years ago. It wasn't so cool, right? Everybody asked me, even my wife, why did you start with infomercials? Because the internet wasn't working back then. It wasn't invented. Maybe it was invented, but it wasn't out yet in the mid 90s. So back then I produced an infomercial. And I had to tell you, I was a couple $100,000 in before I realized if I could make $1 back, if I could make one sale. So it wasn't the coolest thing in the world. I had to produce an infomercial, which, let's just say it like it is. Infomercials, I used to hate back in the day when people, at one point after Tony, that's how I found Tony. After he went off the air, I ended up doing so well that I had the #1 infomercial in the world. So it played 24 hours a day, 7 days a week around America. It was on nonstop. So wherever I'd go, people go, oh, infomercial guy. I didn't love it back then, but I loved the impact it was making. I was creating products and services where I could serve others, give them capabilities, share things that I've learned. And, I've learned a lot along that journey. And how has that changed? If I go back to the marketing when I was selling houses, when I had apartments, when I was selling cars would be the street out front and the classified ads or online. Houses, I get a realtor to market it. It seems so out of my control. Why I love the evolution of where we are online, where I love the evolution of social media, especially when you use it instead of it using you. I really want you to hear this, especially in the self-education industry, selling what you know, why it's at $1 billion a day right now, the industry. Between e-learning and everything related to the knowledge industry, it's $1 billion a day, heading towards $1 trillion a year, they predict, by 2028. Why? One is access, right? You have a life experience, you have a skill, you have something you've learned at work or learned through a tough time or something you're passionate about that someone else wants to learn. And they don't want to go back to college. They don't want to learn on their own. They want to cut you a check to do a Zoom call or coach them or have a workshop or build a course or write a book, right? That's why this industry is fueling. But why marketing stamina should be so important to you, whether you decide to be in the knowledge industry or any industry, why it should be so important to you is because most people give up before they hit success. And the reason I think I have such marketing stamina is because I started in the infomercial business. Again, I was a couple $100,000 in and playing on a station that hoping somebody walked by the TV, put down everything in their arms, sat down, watched a half-hour infomercial, picked up a phone, dialed in, talked to an operator, give the credit card over the phone, and order my book or my product. Do you know how much work that was? How hard that was?
In my day, we had radio, and you couldn't see anything, and it was primitive and lousy, and we liked it.
So when the world went to online, those of you that didn't have to do that or didn't have to do direct mail, you're like, oh, internet's hard. No, it's not. It's not. You just need the stamina to keep going. So the greatest message I want to share with you today, how many times can I say marketing stamina, is your product, your service will sell online. If you have the stamina to find your ideal client and to message, to live inside the mind of your ideal client, to solve their problems, to overcome their obstacles, to slay their dragons, to help them see a path from where they are to where they want to be, whatever your product or service is, if you keep marketing stamina and you adjust your messaging, you adjust your audience, you find out how to live inside their heart, how to finish their sentences, enter conversations, you will have the opportunity to serve them. And that's the other word I want you to take away from today is serve them, not just sell them. In today's world, there's plenty of people, way too many people that are just selling something. They have the perfect formula to get you to say yes. Rather, those that are going to thrive, those that you watch exponentially grow, those are the ones that truly have a heart to serve. And when someone has a heart to serve, do you ever feel that you're being sold to, or do you feel like someone's trying to help you? Yeah, I know the answer. So that's what I'm trying to do here in our YouTube channel. So make sure you leave me a comment below on what you thought about marketing stamina, or what you thought about this. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to keep doing these videos every week to make sure we spark something, things that I've learned through 30 plus years of being an entrepreneur, marketing stamina. Build things that serve others. Fall in love with your client. Fall in love with their results. Fall in love with the service and the product that you deliver. And no one will be able to keep up with you. Lastly, I just want to say every year I watch how this gets exponentially easier. Only because I've been around 27 years in this industry, starting with infomercials that were costly and hard. Also, you have the opportunity to use AI in today's world to get off the blank page, to help you find the products and services and the research. It's like having the most powerful executive assistant on the planet that's there to serve you so you can help others to refine your product, refine your service, refine your marketing message, to get new angles you never thought of. Ask the right questions with AI, get the right answers, use that as a foundation. Marketing stamina, fall in love with your clients, aim to serve. That's the advice I wish I got. If I was starting over, that's what I would lean on. And if I was starting again in my 20s, I wish someone told me that. Leave me a comment. Make sure you subscribe. I'll see you soon.